Deep Dive Gaming.
Hello people, and welcome back to Deep Dive Gaming. I'm the Mariner, and we are doing Sim Settlements 2 for science. We are running an experiment to blend Fallout 4 main questline with the Sim Settlements 2 main questline, but we're also experimenting with organic settlement growth. To that end, we are working on building up Abernathy Farm. This week we'll be building up housing and recreation, then wire the place. So the first thing I want to do is check our reports, because I did not do that on the last video, and there's a couple things I noticed in preparation for this episode. Let's go to reports, let's go to needs report, and as you can see we are lacking a little bit in food. We are importing probably from Sanctuary, lacking just slightly in the water. We're not going to worry about power, defense, happiness, but we will look at population. So I want to point out something here. We have a population of 15, living 15, robots 0, unemployed 3, housed 14, homeless 1. But if we go to the town meeting gavel and we go to gather homeless, we get no settlers matching our request. I suspect this cow, brought to us by the Powells, is throwing things off. So, let's address the other two things we can fix. So, the first thing is, we have a slot on the farm here, so we're going to go ahead and grab Alex and put him on here.
I'm too busy doing the other 50 things you keep telling me to do.
And then we're going to go ahead and build a small water pump, because we don't need a lot, and then that will fix our water situation until we can get the water plot built up. Alright, so now to address our housing situation. So, real quick, I'm going to show you these houses. They are lacking in materials. If we start construction on this one, yeah, it needs 285 wood, 21 ceramic. So ceramic is covered by the organics materials. We need to get more of that generated. So I'm going to head to Sanctuary and I'm going to upgrade our organics plot there. And that should also unlock our machine parts, which we're going to need. Come over here to organics, and I'm going to upgrade that. That'll unlock our machine parts. Alrighty, there we go. Machine parts unlocked. Sweet! In a moment, I'm going to go over to Abernathy and upgrade KSHairdos to be machine parts.
Just fine.
But before we do that, I think we have a couple of unique settlers to meet. Yep, here they are, hanging out in the recreation plot. Sneak and Frenchie. Frenchie Jr. to be precise. Let's go ahead and talk to Sneak first.
Hey.
You're supposed to be in charge of the Minutemen here. I came here to challenge your pathetic leadership. I hereby invoke the ancient right of fisty punchy. 1-on-1. No weapons allowed.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead to the end of this fight. Bear with me.
What? You beat me? How?
I've seen better. And I've seen worse.
You've seen better and worse? That's like saying you're pretty good. I'll be back. Probably.
Alright, we're going to go ahead and assign him to Abernathy. And then, let's see if we can get Frenchie out of his chair. There we go. That's got him out of his seat. Let's talk to him.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Frenchie Jr., formerly the best singer in the Commonwealth. Did you know I performed at the third rail? Yep, sure did. Many years, actually. Till Magnolia came. To hear her sing again, she's wonderful, isn't she? I'd go myself, but I'm banned from the third rail. Long story, don't ask. But do me a favor. Visit the third rail and record Magnolia singing with that Pip-Boy of yours. A holotape recording I could listen to anytime. I appreciate what you're doing.
Alright, we will do that one in a little while, but first we need to go back to Abernathy and get the machine parts plot going. On the way there, I'm going to stop at Red Rocket and get some oil because in rehearsal, I needed oil in order to build a machine parts plot. So I'll stop there and get that, and then I will meet you guys over at Abernathy. Okay, here we are, and as per the rules, the plots will not pull from my personal inventory or from the workbench, so I have to donate. I'm going to donate the oil that I brought. There we go. Perfect. Apparently I have some other junk in my inventory I was not aware of. So, let's go run over to Carne Asada and build the machine parts plot. Choose building plan. Machine parts. Woohoo! So, while that's building, and before we sleep away the next few days of in-game time to generate resources, I am going to run some power. So, our first deal is over here. I'm going to go ahead and, let's see, we got 4 plots here. I'm going to build a power pole on this plot, and the 1, 2 over to the left. That will cover this plot and this plot, and then we'll put a power pole here to cover these 2 plots. And probably the residence too. Okay, and then, yeah, it'll probably do all these 3s. A pole here, because that'll cover that residence plus these 2 others. And so the next plot with the power pole will be Franklin's house. Okay, and then, let's see, so Franklin's covered, this plot's covered. I'm going to need to put a power pole, I think, on this plot. We'll run that over to here. Okay, so the next thing, we don't need to run power to the farm. We do, however, need to run power to the various plots over here. I'm going to go ahead and do the power plot on Franklin's shop, so the entrance can be well lit, and so that we can easier reach the other plots that are on the other side. So power plot, street lamp. And this should actually cover both this and this plot. And I'm going to go ahead and put a power pole on this plot, just because it seems to make sense to have one here on the power plot itself. And then what we need to do next is have a municipal power pole so we can actually transmit the power from this power plot to the settlements. I'm going to just park it right there. We'll run that to there. We'll run this over to here. Make sure it's transmitting. I think we might have a script lag. There we are. Okay. Powered. Let's make sure really quick. Yep. And yep. Alright, so the next challenge is getting power across over to our caravan plot and to, I think we've got a water plot over here. Yep, okay. So what I'm going to do is a bit tricksy, because we've got a lot of length to get from here over to the caravan plot, which I'm going to utilize the building for some of this, but I'm also going to utilize some of the vanilla power poles that we have. I'm going to use my favorite light, this one here. Hey, cool, that reaches. Sweet. Alright. It doesn't really interfere with anything because it's just over the Brahmin pin. We can't do anything about that. So, the next stage is I'm going to put a couple of conduits down. I'm going to put one up here. I'm going to put one here for this for the caravan plot. Let's see if I can run this across to here. Yay! Okay. And then run this one down to here. Yay! Okay. And then we'll build a power pole here. Cool. Alright, so that runs to here. Perfect. And then this will run over to here. Awesome. And this gets us all the way back around to the other side. Sweet. Now that that's done, let's sleep away some days here to get our settlement resources built up, to get the building completed. Rather than try and borrow one of the beds back there and get past the cow, I'm just going to borrow this one. We're going to sleep for 72 hours. Well, probably more like 69, simply because I want to get us into morning hours. Okay, here we are. Now, let's see if our houses and whatnot are getting built. Let's see, our resources generated. Okay, this is building for sure. This is building for sure. This is building. All we need is this one to start. So we'll give it a second, make sure it goes. Okay, that one's done, that one's done. This one is close to being done. So, this one hasn't started yet. Let's see what's going on. Start construction. Yeah, I wonder why that didn't kick off. We got the materials for it. We might as well let it build. There we go. Alright. So, next thing I want to point out really quick. Let's go ahead and grab our Vitomatic and find Sneak. Here's Sneak. So, let's scan him really quick. Yep, he has strength, but he also has agility. We're going to go ahead and use his strength and build an organics plot for him. We're going to build that over here, next to the other industry plots. We will have power for this plot. And so that means we'll have one building materials plot here, one organics, and one machine part. That will add to the building materials and organics plots that we have in Sanctuary. So we should be pretty well on our way for getting materials collected for when we build in Ten Pines. So let's grab this, do this. Organic. And then let's go grab Sneak and assign him. Alright, there we are. So, last thing we need to do for Sneak is build him a home. And you may be wondering why I don't just assign him to this house. Well, this is the lady's house. Or one of the ladies' houses. So, we want to do another multi-person home here. I'm just going to let it surprise me this time. And let's grab El Sneaky. Okay, there we go. We got Sneak and we got the house to build in. The next step I want to do is find our jobless people. I'll use the Vitomatic tracking to find our jobless people. Right, so we got a couple people, looks like. We got this lady here. Let's check her specials. Okay, she's strong in endurance. Well, relatively. Let's see who else we have here. Oh yeah, Ellie. Also pretty good with endurance. Okay, so we're going to build another farm, assign them to it, so that we have plenty of food for Ten Pines and maybe Outpost Z when we get them constructed. Okay, so let's grab this person here. Let's assign them to the farm. And then grab Ellie, and we'll assign her to this. Cool. Pay and build. I don't think we can get Franklin's built quite yet until we get more defense set up. Let's build some strength training for some people. So I'm going to put a rec plot here. We're going to make it strength for Canary, because he's on a industry plot. Industry plots benefit from people with strength, of which he has very little. So let's grab this. Let's do strength training, and I will go fetch Carne Asada. Alrighty, that should do that. I got a notification that we don't have the materials quite yet to build this, so we're gonna finish building our training plots and then maybe sleep for another day. Or I could take that time and go do that quest for Frenchie, and maybe when I get back there'll be some resources. But our first step is to build ourselves some more recreation. Okay. One there. One there. And we are going to make this first one perception training. And we're going to assign Julia to it so that she can get the perception training for the water plot, so when it's time to go with the next level of water plots, we don't have to worry about getting any special person in there to do the job. There we go. Now we'll do agility here for Betty. There, she's assigned. Now, last recreation plot we're going to do is endurance. We're going to put this over here next to the strength training plots. And we're going to grab Connie. I'm going to go do Frenchie Jr.'s quest. I'm not going to show that. I will meet you guys back in Sanctuary once I've got it completed. And we can assign him to Abernathy. So, see you in a minute. Alrighty, here we are. While I was at Good Neighbor, I also recruited Ernie from Hotel Rexford. He will meet us in Abernathy. Well, let's go ahead and turn in this quest for Frenchie.
Thank you kindly, stranger. This holotape means the world to me. And if you don't mind, I think I'll stick around here. Maybe sing a song at night.
Alrighty. I'll meet you guys back over there and we'll work on martial plots. Here we are, and it looks like our plots... It looks like our recreation plots have gotten built. Looks like they need power. Looks like we might have also gotten Franklin's shop up and running.
That could have been worse.
So, let's focus on getting our defense up. Because that we are still lacking in pretty heavily. Yep, see, it's itty bitty. So, to solve that particular problem, I'm going to build a martial plot at the end of the house row here. We're actually going to take out this plank, and we're going to grab a 1x1 martial plot, and with the base, and just drop it in, whoops, and drop it in. We may need to take off surface snapping in order to get it to go. There we are. And then I don't think Frenchie is here yet, so I'll go ahead and build the other martial plot. I actually have a plan for that to be at the other end of these houses. Oh hey look, there's Ernie. We'll go ahead and assign him. Frenchie should be here too then. So we're going to build Ernie and Frenchie a house. Frenchie, I was probably going to get assigned here, but we still need one more house. We'll probably need to put a power pole on this one. Well, let's get it assigned as a multi-person. Oh, no, we don't need stairs quite yet. Keep this option, and then we're going to build the Marshall plot, I think, right here. Boom, alrighty. So let's do two things here. Let's get this power pole set up. String the light. That should get this powered and this powered. Just need Frenchie. So we're going to first of all assign him to this house that he's currently in. He loves it so much, we'll just let him take possession, and then we will assign him to the Marshall plot. And then in the future, once we get our agility plot expanded out, we will assign him there, because right now his agility is pretty low. Final thing, before I think we're done with this episode, I need to get Ernie assigned to his house. It looks like that Marshall plot's getting built. Before we take off, I want to make sure that the defense is topped off. As you can see, our electricity is running low, so we can't power the recreation plots quite yet. They don't need power. Well, these two need power, but I think that's mainly just to upgrade. These don't need power until they are ready to upgrade. So I think to cap it off, we're going to build ourselves a Jenny right here. I think I've got the science to make a big one. Yep, there we go. So there's that. Make sure that does the job. And I suppose I can run power from here to here if we put a power pole here. I want to put a power pole on this one. So we'll have to do a temporary light pole as a bridge. We'll put it right here. We'll probably get taken down, but for now we can at least have everything wired up. And that goes over here. Hopefully that gives us enough electricity for everything. So we just gotta wait for our defense plot to finish, and we'll see what we get. Okay, that's built. Well, I'm gonna walk over to the city planner's desk to check the meter, check the reports, and it looks like we might be a little shy, but let's check this. So reports. Needs report. We're good on food. We're not good on water. Okay, we'll have to investigate upgrading in the next episode. Power. That seems a bit off. I think something is not getting counted correctly. Defense. Needed 81, so we're shy by 9. Okay. Population 18. 1 homeless. I think we know who that is. Okay.
Damn Raiders.
So
There's nothing
I'm
they
gonna
won't try to take from you.
I'm gonna top off our defense really quick. I'm gonna come up here, and we have this extra power. So I'm gonna use that extra bit of juice to build us a laser turret. Gets us almost all the way there. We will go ahead and do one of these on this side. There. That gets us topped off. Alrighty. So, that should do for Abernathy for now. I'm going to end the episode here. Power plot upgrades don't seem necessary right now, but we're going to spend the next episode seeing if we can get plots both here and in Sanctuary upgraded to their next levels. For now, check out my Twitch channel Monday through Wednesday, 7:30 Eastern Time for more Sim Settlements 2, Thursdays for Train Sim World 3. Follow me on Twitter for announcements on new videos and streams. Also, check out my Let's Play tutorial series here on YouTube. Links to all of that are down below. Until next time, enjoy the science. Bye-bye.